my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our Happy Friday show. Hi everybody, happy Friday here from windy, cold Minnesota. Yes, we got a lot of wind today, so a little bit of snow, and I guess there's more snow coming. Just gonna take a deep breath. Thank you for being with us, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. Say hi in the comments and state your name and where you're tuning in from. The more you comment throughout the show, the better your chances are to win a $25 gift card. We pick randomly one comment from either Facebook or YouTube, so everybody's eligible. And if you are watching us for the first time and haven't done so yet, subscribe to our channel or like our page, and then you will never miss a show. Of course, we kick off every single show on Fridays with a little celebration, and I figured since it's still February, kind of our red month, that we would do something in that kind of theme. And also today is International Wine Drinking Day, or wine tasting, or something about wine. International Wine Day. So say hello to Mr. HP. He is here.
Hi everybody.
And he's got,
how you doing?
He's running the show behind the scenes. And
oh, you
then
didn't see
of
that.
course,
You didn't see that. You didn't see that.
let's toast. This is not a mimosa, it's a rosa mosa. I had to do something with wine. So in here, we just have a little bit of kinky pink liqueur, which is like a blood orange passion fruit flavor. So if you don't have it, you can use orange liqueur, some cranberry juice, pineapple juice, and some sparkling rosé. You just put it all in a pretty glass and drink up, people. Cheers. Now, since this has some juice in it, it counts as a breakfast drink, right? Not a lot of it in there, but it's nice and fruity, isn't it?
It's very
Now, rosés are typically could be a little bit sweeter than, you know, your classic. I like a very dry champagne for my mimosas because of you putting, you know, sweet juice in it. But rosé usually has a little sweetness. I don't like really sweet rosés, but that's why you just put a little bit of juice, and that cranberry juice has tartness too. So it all comes together as not being too sweet, but just right. Just right.
Breakfast is my favorite meal of the day.
Yes. I think a lot of people agree with you on that. Like, especially when breakfast, for me, if it extends, it's like brunch. That's beautiful. The toughest part is to survive until brunch for me. Right. I have to eat when I wake up. It's hard. All right, so I wanted to talk about the quilt hanging behind me. We have let's talk about on the cabinet first. You know, February is coming close to an end, and so next month's kind of a holiday or celebration is St. Patrick's Day. So I have my St. Patrick's Day curvaceous runner up. This one's made out of the Hello Lucky bundle. And then we have in the middle algorithm from the Flirt bundle that I'm going to show you later on. We have it in stock and have been shipping it out already. And then on the wall we have strip lash from the 20 bundle, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But I know everybody's excited about our new little segment of the word of the day, Mr. HP's word of the day. So, I mean, there have been a few words throughout the week popping up, but we thought, you know, let's just do it on Fridays. And so the word that was stuck in your head today
is bougie.
No, that was not the word.
What you talking about?
Bourgeois.
I have to say bougie first.
Oh, okay.
And then the other way to say it is bourgeois.
That's even fancier than being bougie?
Yeah.
So now you got to tell everybody what bougie means, what being bougie means.
Well, sometimes it's like kind of stuck up, wealthy.
Isn't it more like just liking the finer things in life?
Well, sometimes you like the finer things in life, and then you pretend like you never ate at McDonald's.
That's being bougie?
That's being bourgeois. I don't eat at McDonald's. I don't do that. It's kind of like you can be bourgeois sometimes.
I can?
Yeah. I don't eat that.
No, not really.
Kind of bougie.
I can be bougie. I admit to that.
I can too.
I like the finer things in life, let's be honest.
I do too.
You know, I can be pretty persnickety about what fabric I use and things like that in quilting, for example. So
you're a bougie quilter?
Just a tad bit. Just a tad bit.
You can all be a little bourgeois.
You know what?
Folks.
There were times where I used whatever and everything, back when you were getting started, and now I can allow myself to use the finer tools to get myself a new nice sewing machine. So, yeah. You can call me a little bougie, so it's hard to go back from that.
and the way I spell bougie is Boojee.
Oh.
Or bourgeois, Boo-joie.
Boo-joie. Okay, that's
Joie.
good. I'm
Joie.
sure everybody were really wondering how you spelled that. All right, so yeah, they are asking how it's spelled.
Bourgeois.
All right, so speaking of me being a little bourgeois, bougie, when I like something, I gotta have it, So when I was in Iceland, we were in Iceland this summer, and one of my friends, we went, well, with a few other friends, we went and spent some time in a cabin, and everybody made, things, snacks and treats to share. And one of my friends brought this dip and these crisps that we like to eat scoop the dip. I mean, dip is really just, or like chips are really just tools to get the dip in your mouth. But these were really good. They're kind of almost a cracker, but like a chip, but like a cracker.
Yeah.
And they're Scandinavian, of course. And so, and they're actually made in Finland. So they're Fin Crisp, but they're the Fin Crisp snacks. So they're like little chips. So I know we have Fin Crisps in stores here in the U.S., but they're just the flatbread kind of crispy flatbreads. They don't have the flavorings. This one is sour cream and onion, and this one is creamy ranch. So we brought a couple of bags home from Iceland with us, and I had been saving one, like really hiding it, and we pulled it out the other week. And it was instantly disappeared.
Gone.
So I was like on a mission. Okay, there has to be a way for me to get these, has to be a way. So I started scouring the internet and found an online store in Sweden that shipped here in like 4 or 5 days. And it really was not that bad of a deal. So I got myself a good stash of these now, the Fin Crisps. We already ate one bag pretty much as soon as it came in.
What's the bourgeois dip that you make to go with it?
Well, that's a dip that everybody that is doing our retreat is getting the recipe for.
Oh.
Yes. We made some last night and had it for dinner again.
Everybody gets
But I wanted to share, if anybody needed a place to buy like Scandinavian snacks or stuff. So this store was called Ditt Svenska Skafferi. So it really translates to...
Spell that.
It translates to your Swedish...
Snack. Treats.
Skafferi. Like...
Stuff.
No, it's like store, or like where you get the stuff from, where they provided. So I highly recommend it. It came fast and a great price. So I'm sure if you're craving some Scandinavian snacks that are not available in the U.S., and I'm just hoping since they already are selling the regular Fin Crisp that they will like, hey, these need to be sold here. They are amazing.
Good flavor.
Amazing. They're good flavor, and they're made with rye. So they're from rye flour. So they're good for you. They're good for you. All right. So somebody's asking if the Swedish store sells black licorice. I'm sure they sell like I don't think they sell Icelandic, but they might sell some of the Scandinavian black licorice, which is different from the Icelandic. Just so you know. It's a tad bit different.
Nobody wants black licorice.
Yes, salty black licorice. Yes, everybody wants that. So I just wanted to share.
Let's
so excited.
bust that bag open.
Bust it open? No, because then I won't be able to talk. That is scary. All right, so I wanted to talk about Jackie. Our Jackie Quilt Along finished up on Tuesday with our last finishing show. I gave you lots of tips on Tuesday. I even talked about more in depth about backing and calculations, so there was a lot of math going on. I know I was kind of doing things fast, so it was kind of, people were overwhelmed. It was a lot of math. Those of you that, how many of us said when you were doing math in high school, algebra and all that, I'm never going to use this stuff when I'm an adult. So what do you need? Are you trying to get your, oh, I thought you were trying to steal the chips. But you know what? I use math every single day, all day long. And so I apologize if I was explaining things really fast, but it's just the way my brain works, I guess. So if it's hard for you, don't worry about it. I've done all the math for you in the patterns. Okay, so we talked about that. We talked also about, I got a lot of questions about how I've quilted my Jackies, because now I have 3 finished, and then I have 3 more to finish. So in the Jackie Quilt Along blog post that we started, right when we announced the Quilt Along, and we've been adding to that blog post, we have now added photos of our finished ones and which quilting pattern we used and from where it is. So we used a little bit of variety. So we used 2 that the people at quiltable.com, they were so kind, they wanted to design something specifically for Jackie. So 2 of the patterns I used are from them, from quiltable.com. So they're edge-to-edge designs. And so there's a link right on the blog, and they are giving everybody a $5 off if you use the coupon code GE Designs. So all the information's on the blog. Go to our website, gequiltdesigns.com, find the blog, find the Jackie blog post, and it's all in there. So it's exciting. We've been making notes, making sure that we write down and figure out what pattern we're using, because a lot of you have long arms or you work with long armers, and if you would like to use some of these same ones that we've been using, it's a great thing. Let's see. I forgot to get the information on what we used on these, but we can definitely make that happen. All right, so any questions about the last Tuesday's show about Jackie? Anything that you missed out on? Okay. All right. Math keeps your brain moving. It sure does. It's good for your brain. That's what I'm saying. Quilting is great for the brain, and it's going to help you activate all those brain cells and hopefully, kind of keep that Alzheimer's and dementia away as long as possible, as long as we keep quilting. So cheers to that. So, are you going to put up the website?
Yeah.
Oh, probably don't have to do the FAQ, but
yeah.
But this is the website for the Swedish snacks. Well, they're finished, but yes, this is where I got them.
A long one. I'll give you a moment to get the.
Okay, we'll leave it up. All right, so you may have noticed by our posts and TikTok that we have been working on your retreat packages. Those of you doing our retreat packages have been going out. We've been packaging them up. And so you should be able to see now a little bit of movement if you hit that tracking number. I know some of you already got in your box, but I just want to make sure that everybody knows if you're doing the retreat and you receive your box, I know you're excited. Absolutely in no way can you post about what's in there. We want everybody to be surprised. So there will be no posting of what is in your retreat box until retreat starts, okay? So we want to make sure that everybody got their box. So now that we are able to do this so far ahead, I think everybody's going to have their boxes before the first, the earlier session starts, which is March 9th. So you can post on that day, even though you're taking the later session if you really, really want to. But it's always exciting to get some surprises, and anticipate a really fun time coming up. So I wanted to also tell you, if you are doing our retreat and are a little apprehensive about how Zoom works, you know, Zoom they do make little tweaks and changes all the time. So we already noticed that the other day. So we are going to be offering, we did this last year, just kind of like a test day where we're going to go on and let everybody come on the Zoom. We're going to have 2 different times, just for like, you know, 20 minutes, half an hour, check some things, teach you where to find stuff, just to make everybody a little bit more comfortable. And you could be then testing your device that you're going to use for the retreat. So everybody that's signed up for our retreats, either session, you'll be getting an email from us with the information on those test sessions. And that is also how we're going to get the Zoom links for the retreat to you. So all the information for logging on during retreat. So make sure we are going to be sending this email out next week. So make sure, if you don't get an email from us next week about the test Zoom sessions, something's happening. So let us know. So something, either our emails are not reaching you, they're getting in the spam or something like that. So make sure you check on that. So those test sessions will be on March 6th, so the Sunday before the earlier session, which is session 2. I know that's confusing, but we will send you an email, so be on the lookout for that. All right? So one thing, I got a couple of questions, and it's so funny how I get emails and questions about the same thing in the same week that I may have not been asked about for a couple of years. And so a couple of questions about trying to find an old book of mine that's been out of print for, I believe, 6 years or so or more, and that's the Big Blocks, Big Style. Now this book has 9 patterns in it, and I have pretty much republished all of them except for maybe 2, really only 1. So we decided, because we always get asked, you know, where can I then find this pattern? So some of them have been republished inside other books, others have been republished as an individual pattern, and then there's a couple that are only available as a PDF pattern. So we've created a blog post where you can just go to our blog, go to our website, hit the blog, Big Blocks, Big Style, and there we list the patterns that are available, that have been republished, and where you could find them. So check that out. So you don't really need to go and scour Etsy and to find this one. You can find these patterns elsewhere for sure. Okay, any questions on that? And same goes with another sold out book that also was out of print years and years ago. That one was called Strip On. This one had 2.5 and 1.5 inch strip patterns in there. And so a lot of patterns in here have also been republished. So maybe we'll have to do another blog post with this information. So a lot of them actually I put into my latest Stripology and Mixology, both 1 and 2. So lots to find. I like to keep patterns alive like that instead of printing a book that is not really worth reprinting. So we pick the favorites and keep them alive. All right, so I have lots to show you today. I have 3 bundles that I wanted to show you. So first off is going to be Flirt. Now I know I've shown you the quilt because this line was supposed to arrive in November or December, of course, for Valentine's Day, but I honestly was okay with it coming later because this line is not really, doesn't scream Valentine's Day. Yes, it has hearts, and yes, it talks about love, but that's pretty much it. It's just red, black, and then this ivory color. So let's check it out. I think this just goes, I mean, love should be exercised and expressed all year round, right? So this is it's by Sweetwater, so very typical their style. Sweetwater by Moda. So in the bundle, I created a bundle that was very evenly split with 4 blacks. We have a typography print that says, love is patient, love is kind. Kind of alternates those words. And then we have a small print Then we have the ivory colors. So we have the Love is Patient, Love is Kind in the black and white text, black and red text. We have a small all over print. We have these really cute hearts. And then this floral. What I like about these is they have both the red and the black in them. All of them do. So then we have the reds. So we have the hearts. We have the Love is Patient. And then the small tiny hearts. And the last print here. So this is Flirt. And I feel like not necessarily just for Valentine's Day. I think I love making a black and red quilt, black, red, and white. And so I did a small pull with it. I actually left 2 prints that is from the line at home or at the warehouse, and that is like a small diagonal gingham, which is great for bindings and borders. So a small kind of a diagonal gingham plaid. But let me show you, I just pulled 2 reds that go well with this tone of red. We have the grunge in the cherry. We have floral elements in the scarlet, a little bit deeper red. In between here, we have, I love this one, the country confetti and the white cupcake, because it has these black and actually pink dots, so they kind of read red once you lay them with the red. Grunge white paper is the exact color in this background, so we want something super calm. That would be the choice. And then I brought 2 blacks, and since this is not a pure black, there's a lot of texture in it, so the Dash Flow and the Phantom was perfect, and then a darkest hue would be the grunge in the black dress. So then we have this awesome diagonal stripe that is the black and red that would work perfectly if you needed a kind of a striking graphic stripe. So this is Flirt, and then the two plaids. You will see them on the website. I just love them. Sorry about that. So this is Flirt. Flirt the bundle. So in the bundle, there will be fewer different fabrics than if you, for example, got the Charm Pack, because the Charm Pack has all the prints in the line. I like to, in my bundles, narrow it down, make them balanced, and make sense when, for making a quilt. You don't want to have 3 reds and then 8 blacks that will just kind of take over. All right, so let's talk about this next one. This is a pre-order that we have honestly been waiting for since summer. So with all of the fabric delays, there were some, fabric lines that just got pushed for months and months, and this was one of them. It's called Astra, and it's by Janet Claire from Moda. Really beautiful. So very typical colorway in her, what she does. She does really great blues and grays and ivories. So this one has kind of that celestial feel, like outer space a little bit. There's a little bit of formulas in here, but I love the blues, the grays, and she just does this perfect off-white, almost cream color. And there's just little specks of this rusty, I want to call it burnt orange or kind of a rusty red. So we have also a pretty balanced bundle. I broke it down into 3 neutrals. So with this beautiful kind of a cream-based color. So it's pretty much, it could be split evenly, lights and dark. So it would work really well for anything like Kira, Athena, of course, because it is blue. So here we have that light gray, but still with the blue on it. And this is the constellations here. And then we have a little slightly darker in the kind of light blue. And I love this spatter type of print here. And then we go into the blues. Lighter hue of blue. And you can see kind of it's a gradient through these colors. We have the splatter and that wave texture going into a little bit darker. And then our darkest navy. She does the best deep navy. I love her deep navy. And then that same print we started with, the main print here on the navy. So this is Astra. We actually did make a quilt out of this already, you know, a while ago, called a strip twist quilt, which I'll show you. We don't have photos of it yet. Actually, I was going to grab it, but it is being photographed right now. So let me show you. We have 4 prints from the line available in 1 yards and 3 yards. So if you needed a border or anything, so we have that same, the darkest main print here in both 1 yards and 3 yards. And then we have her, she does a really awesome texture, like that acts as a solid. So we have the 3 colors, the Eclipse, which is the dark navy. Now this print she usually does for most of her lines, and I love it for dark backgrounds. If you look through my books, I probably used it more than 2 times in a quilt as a background. And then we have the Stellar, which is this beautiful light gray, has a lot of taupe tone to it. And then this awesome cream. Like if you are looking for a good cream, not too yellow and not too white, this is perfect. This one's called Milky Way. This is Stellar. So then I just pulled some other colors to throw in here. The in between the darkest and the lighter, the Bumbleberries Basic Indigo is perfect. And then in the lighter hues, the Bumbleberries and the Country Gray. I love that because there's a lot of blue to it. And then I pulled one kind of for the medium, the Modern Backgrounds, and the Crosshatch Steel is great kind of in between to throw in there. Now with this being such kind of a monochromatic fabric line, going from the neutrals and into the dark navy, you can throw in an accent color, and of course with that burnt orange being in here, that one is perfect to do. So that's what we did with the strip twist quilt. I used some kind of rusty red in the center of the block, so we'll show you that on Tuesday. But this is Prisma Elements and the Dusk Zircon. I love this one, and I think because the triangles are this cream color, that they would work perfectly. A little bit brighter would be the Deco Stitch and the Red Desert, has a little bit more pink to it. And then I love the Jacks in the Rust too, kind of more subtle. If you don't want it to scream as much, a little bit more subtle will give you a more subtle feel. So this is Astra, not Astrid, it's Astra, which would look good in Astrid pattern, I can tell you that. Yeah, so we'll show you the quilt next week, the strip twist, and many others that you could create from this. Obviously, anything with lights and darks pairing up, Kira, Nova, Athena, for example. That's what I use, blues and cream. All right, so one more, and this one is one of our retreat bundles that came in. That's the one we've been waiting for, called Feathered Nest. So it was also a pre-order for us. So if you pre-ordered this one, I think your shipments went out already last week or this week. So this one is just beautiful. It's chickadees and willows. So here's one of the main prints. So it starts with this lovely off-white cream. It's not cream, so it's more off-white, I would say, but it's just a beautiful hue, all these lights. We have the nests, and then we have chickadees with a little bit of feathers, and we have the feathers print. So this one has a little bit more creamier base. We have the eggs, so any bird lovers are just gonna love this. I think it's really soothing and really beautiful. These colors are just gorgeous. This beautiful off-white, and then we throw in this robin's egg blues and browns. Just always looks great together. So here we go into a little bit of the blues, the eggs, and then we have the main print here in the blue. We have that directional print, the willows. We have the feathers on just a slightly darker blue. which I like, having a little variety in there. And then there's 2 browns in here, both willow prints. So we have almost a taupey light brown and then a darker brown with the blue in the willows. So although there's just a couple of browns here, you could still use them, add a few things to the bundle to balance it out. There's obviously a lot of lights, so you could do lights and darks. You could add more darker, stronger hues in the blues. So what I wanted to show you first, before I do show you the fabric pull, is that we do have this print in both 3 yards and 1 yard. So this is one of the blue prints. So that one is available in 1 yard and 3 yards. But I wanted to show you for our retreat, we are doing, this is one of our options for both the jewel and the strippy stairways. For jewel, obviously you would just use these, pair them up, and then we have a binding for it, which is this Toscana robin's egg blue color. And then for the strippy stairways, we are doing a chocolate brown, a Toscana chocolate brown background, and then all the strips would be out of these colors. So I think it'll be just beautiful. I can't wait to see those quilts. So I'm going to just put these up here and show you my fabric pull. So I started with kind of a lot of browns because we only have the 2. I did pull the Toscana in the chocolate because that's what we used for that background. So we have it in 1 yards as well. I love this one, the seeds and the cappuccino, almost a perfect match for the brown, and love that there's a little bit of that light in here. Then for the mediums, I did the bumbleberries in the book brown, which is a lighter shade with a little dark tones. And then I wanted to do the worn crock and the pebble because that color match is almost perfect. I did throw in one more, which is quite a bit lighter, but it would work really well. It's the bumbleberries and the natural linen. So it's just a little bit lighter than this one, but obviously if you look at the eggs or the feathers, that is a tone that's totally in there as well. All right, so let's look at the blues. I did 4 blues just because I feel like needing a little bit more. And now this one being a little bit darker, I found one that's even slightly darker but with lighter specks in it. So this is chalk and charcoal in the dusty blue. I know it's darker than these, but it will tone back to this one. Then we have bumbleberries eggshell blue. It's a great tone. We have the Toscana in the robin's egg blue, which I showed you that we're using for retreat. That one would also be great to mix in. And then the lightest one would be chalk and charcoal in the breeze color. So this was one of our frost colors, I believe. So it was great in that bundle. Then as far as the lights, there's so many lights in here, but if you wanted something that's a little bit calmer, I loved this one with it, the Lyricist Diary in the white, because the typography on here is that taupe color that ties in with everything else and ties in with the browns. So I like that. I found a stripe that would be perfect. The diagonal stripe teal from Rhythm and Harmony, and Rhythm and Harmony also has those blues and browns. And then the diagonal plaid in the pebble, it's pumpkins and blossoms in the pebble, would be great too because it has those tones and the brown. So this is Feathered Nest. Can't wait to see jewel and strippy stairways done in this during our retreat. So you just gotta hang tight into March and then you'll see lots of those quilts being made up. I just think this is just so pretty. Such a different type, different theme, different line, but I love it. I love it. All right, so that is our fabric for the day. I wanted to share one more thing with you. As if you are subscribed to our newsletter, email newsletter, you may know that we sometimes on Fridays have little deals and things going on, and maybe you're aware of our perfect pairings where we pair up, we've made a quilt out of one of our bundles, and that is the deal today. So today we have your 20 strip lash, and that will be in your newsletter for today. So this is by Art Gallery, Katrina Rochella. Her bundle, it's called 20, so this is what I used for that quilt. And so it'll be discounted, and then you get the pattern for free if you order the bundle. So perfect pairing. Just wanted to let you know, give you a little heads up.
Yay!
So let's see who our live winner is. Have you been good about commenting? Lots of comments?
Ready?
Mr. HP?
Let's see.
Cheryl Martin is our winner. Congratulations, Cheryl. Send us an email to help@GEQuiltDesigns. We will get you a gift card after the weekend so you can go shopping.
So you can be bougie.
You can be bougie. Bourgeois. I like that word.
Bourgeois.
Are you bourgeois?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
B-double-O-J-double-E. Bougie.
Okay.
That's a song for the
I'm
day.
not going to hear the end of this all day. All right, so I wanted to just let you know that we have a Tipsy Tuesday show this coming week. That is February 22nd at 7 p.m. But there will be no Friday show a week from today. Where somebody has some business to do. It's to get on an airplane to a warmer climate for the weekend. So I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to have to go with you.
Give everybody a break.
Yeah, so we're going to take a break next Friday, and we've got a lot of stuff coming up, so you won't miss a thing. You won't miss us. Nah. But, of course, this Tuesday, February 22nd, lots to show you on Tuesday, some tips and fun stuff ahead. So can't wait to see you then. Thanks, everybody, for watching us. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Stay warm out of this wind if you're in our parts. Otherwise, enjoy the weekend. Cheers, everybody.
Stay bougie.